Yeah. With a station that holds you down with the hottest hip-hop and R&B joints. It's Philly's Power 99 FM.
It's Philly's Power 99 with me, Cappuchino, and in with me I have this singer sensation, and I guess pretty much you're new to us, to the urban side, over here at Power 99, but I got Agnez Mo in the building. Hello, Agnez.
I'm good.
Now,
I'm good.
You have this single with Chris Brown called Overdose. Let's talk about the collaboration first of all.
Right.
And are you hearing rumors about you and Chris Brown? See, I'm gonna hit you hard right quick with that.
So, okay, let me just say it real quick that we're not dating.
Okay.
We're not dating. We've just been focusing on the music, and I think it's good because it started really organically. You know, it wasn't about the business. It wasn't, there was no strategy behind it or whatever. It was just us vibing out in the studio.
Okay.
And at that time, I was still independent, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't signed to any label whatsoever. So it was just, like, all about the music. And I think that's when you know the connection was genuine. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, we just wanted to make good music. That's
now, had he heard about you before? Because you're not new to singing. You've been doing this thing for a while, but a lot of people in Indonesia, you're like this Indonesian pop star and all that. So did Chris Brown hear about you beforehand? And how did that happen?
So we've been basically following each other on Instagram, probably for about like three years before this project came on.
Okay.
And it was because I released one single with Timbaland and T.I. 4 years ago called Coke Bottle. And I think that's, the business, the entertainment world is so small. My friend probably know him, and then he probably knows my friend. You know what I mean? It's just like how it goes. But yeah, I mean, it started from there. And I also released one album independently right before we finally connected.
Okay.
And vibing out in the studio. So I think that was kind of like the introduction to the music.
You've definitely worked with some urban artists before. You have a great urban sound, because I was like, wait a minute, I've never heard of her. I'm like, when you said the T.I., I'm like, I do remember your name now with that track.
Yeah.
So when people find out that you're Indonesian, like, are you surprising them? Are they caught off guard or what?
Well, of course, because first of all, like, when they see me, they're like, okay, like this petite little Asian girl. But that's the thing. It's like, what's so good about music is, when I say music is universal language, it really is. You know what I mean? Especially nowadays with social media, YouTube, like there's really no boundaries anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people have more opportunity, bigger platform to just be you, right? I mean, I grew up singing at church when I was like 3-4 years old, and my dad is actually a pastor too. So like I grew up actually singing a lot of gospel songs. Like I that was like
that soul
my
is
first
embedded
influence,
in you. Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of Indonesian traditional culture as well that I tried to infuse to some of my, stage performances or some of my music. And it's so funny that I didn't even realize how much it influenced me until I have to sing.
Right.
And I think with just when it comes to music, there's really no format. So there's really no equation. Oh, this one works better if you're Asian. Oh, this one works better if you're, you know what I mean? Like there's really no boundaries like that anymore. At least for me. Like I don't want to be
typecast. We'll say typecast as far as music. Okay.
I don't want to be put in boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
So who are some of your musical inspirations? Because like I said, you have this soulful sound. You say you grew up with gospel. So I'm curious to know now some of your...
So I listen to a lot of Kirk Franklin, Israel Houghton, and the New Breed.
Okay.
And Smokey Norfolk, William McDowell. You know what I mean? Like I listen to a lot of those. And actually the first album that really changed my life was Brandy's first album, 1994. And I was so in love with this one song called Moving On.
Okay.
And that one song was like heavily influenced by the bass line. And that's how I kind of like fall in love with bass and just instruments, you know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, I listened to a lot of those, and all of a sudden it just influenced how I look at music.
So I know over in Asia it's like a whole different culture when it comes down to music.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're going to lose your Indonesian fan base because you're over in America now doing your thing? How does that work for you?
I mean, because like, at the end of the day, you will never satisfy anybody, right? Like you can't make everybody happy.
Right.
So I've always been this kind of artist who focuses on what I believe first before I put out anything.
Okay.
So yeah, if they like me, if they like the music, then good. You know what I mean?
They'll
Like,
stick
thank
with
you
you.
so much. Like, I appreciate y'all. But if they don't like it, it's fine too, because it's like preference, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you can't really force me to be what you want me to be, you know? And that's also kind of like my mantra in my life, right? It's like, you got to be your own version of you. And, you know, like, you're going to surprise yourself sometimes, you know, like how much you've evolved in your
Yes.
life. As a musician, as a person. And the good thing about it is that real recognizes real. So when they know that you really, you know what I mean, like you really believe in what you put out, they will follow you.
Right.
You know, they know that it's authentic.
I love it. So you got the song Overdose out right now. Let's talk more about the upcoming project. What project
Yeah.
is this going to be on? Who else are you working with? Because Chris Brown, you said in the past you work with Timbaland and T.I.
Yeah.
Who else are you working with for this particular project?
So actually, before I recorded, before I had this project with Chris, I've recorded over 50, 60 songs.
Wow.
And that's a grind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you gotta do it.
You always
know,
got the
like
songs in the vault, yeah.
Exactly. Like, you know, like you just have to kind of, you know, if you look at yourself as an athlete, that's like your playground, right? That's like
That's your thing.
your rehearsal, your practice
Yes.
thing, you know? And so I had the privilege to, you know, collaborate with a lot of, you know, amazing producers like Danger, of course, you know, Timbaland, Makiba, Jim Beams, Esther Dean, Afrojack as well. So, you know, we have a whole list of, you know, people that I've always wanted to work with. Whiston is also, you know, one of them. But yeah, like I literally have one project, probably like 10 to 12 songs with Chris done already. So
Wow.
it's like ready to go. And I also have at least like 2 of my own albums that's like done.
Okay.
So now, you know, now that I'm signed to 300, like shout out to 300 because they've been an amazing label to me. You know, now it's just a matter of which one to put out first. I feel like the next single should be just me.
Just be you by yourself.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like me by myself. And then after
A
that,
ballad, a street song, a club song, what?
maybe an Agnez Mo song.
Okay.
You know,
Good, break it
I don't
down.
know if that's like street or whatever, but it's an Agnez Mo sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, give us the name of the project, by the way.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, we don't have a
remember.
name yet. See, I figured we were bonding. You was like, you know what, Cap? I got you. Here it is.
I
you
don't know. I
you
don't
said
know.
between 11 and 12 songs is going to be on this. Now, when can
Yeah.
we expect this project out?
Yeah, so basically I think right now the idea is to put out another single first.
Okay.
Hopefully either, you know, January, February, I don't know. You know,
Okay.
we're still thinking about it, but the good thing is that the project is done, you know? So now it's just a matter of, you know, the whole team thinking about, you know, what to
next
put
single.
out first and when to put it out. Yeah.
I'm going to get the name of this project soon, guys. I'm going to work on trying to get this from Agnez, okay? Before she leaves today, I'm going to work on it. I may not be able to tell you guys.
Oh my
But I'm
God.
going to get some secrets spilled to me, okay? Thank you so much for
thank you
coming
so
in.
much.
Yes, no, we're ready for it. Like she said, 11 to 12 songs.
Yeah.
She's working with a lot of great producers. We got
Yeah.
the single out already, The Overdose. So
Yeah.
next up, did you think about going on social media and say, hey, fans, what do you want to hear next? Like, give us a little tease, maybe?
You know what? You're totally right about that.
That's a good little thing
I
to
think
do.
I need to, you know, because you know, I feel like I'm so versatile. So sometimes I'm confused which one I want to go
Right.
first. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe a secret listening session with the fans. I don't know. Hey, you know, maybe Philly first.
So did I not work on getting the title of the project? I think I deserve something now. Agnez Mo stopping by the studio. Make sure you guys continue to support her. And we definitely got that song Overdose coming up. So you make sure you guys keep it locked in right here to Philly's Power in 89.
Yo, chill with the station that holds you down with the hottest hip hop and R&B joints. It's Philly's Power 99 FM.